Which of the following is worse? Walking in on your parents having sex or your parents walking in on you having sex?
Walking in on my parents having sex, gross.
No, definitely my parents walking in on me. They gave birth to me. They don't want to see me having sex.
My ass is out every day.
What type of men should women avoid in dating?
Mama's boys, I think.
I think the men in the hookup culture, like guys who just want to sleep with you.
What type of women should men avoid in dating?
Like gold diggers, like girls that just want stuff out of them.
They should avoid women that are gold diggers, all about transactional relationships, just all about them, that sort of type of deal.
Why don't mothers warn their sons about women the same way fathers warn their daughters about men?
That's a hard one. I would say because of the stereotypes around protecting females over protecting men.
Because I feel like moms are like the first love in their life, so they don't want nobody to like replace them on that type of aspect.
I hate to say it, a lot of the mothers have a lot of the traits that they want their sons to avoid, and in a way, they'll be hating on themselves if they were to tell their son something like that. So that's the reason why they don't do that.
How would you advise your children to attract the opposite sex?
I tell my kids to be classy.
Yeah, I would say just be yourself. Have a good personality. Be kind.
Just being natural, being themselves, being kind and courteous, and a damsel in distress, meaning that you are not always so dominant about taking care of things yourself, but there's someone that they can come in, a man that can come in and help you.
When it comes to dating advice, why do some people think to just be yourself is the best advice when other people think it's the worst advice?
I would say it's the best advice because you don't want to get 5 years into a relationship acting like somebody you're not.
Do you think a person should have to change to attract somebody?
No and yes at the same time. There's some people that are just so far out in left field that you'll never attract anybody, but there's a lot of people that are good in their values.
If not, why is self-improvement so heavily pushed on men rather than women?
Because that's just what the market is selling out there, selling that anti-male, that extreme feminism bullshit.
Why do men have to get their shit together while women should be taken as they are?
Women do have their shit together too, but I guess in the modern world or whatever, that man's supposed to be a leader and a provider and is supposed to do that. But at the end of the day, we're all adults. We should all have our shit together. We shouldn't be depending on someone.
Do you find it hypocritical when parents advise their sons to avoid gold diggers while also advising their daughters to find a man who will take care of them?
Yes.
It's extremely hypocritical. It's a huge dichotomy to tell me not to do this, but they're doing that. It's all about transactional, but they don't realize it.
You've got a mother, you've got sisters, treat them with respect, and they'll respect you. If you're a leader, then they'll want to follow you if you're trustworthy.
Why are men taught how to treat women, but women aren't taught how to treat men?
I honestly feel like that's because a lot of men haven't been in the women's life to know how to treat a man properly.
How should women treat men?
Like they're human, like they have emotions.
Aren't men taught to give women preferential treatment while women are taught to expect preferential treatment?
Nah.
They're not?
Because some men, you would think that, but they're not going to give you that. And some women believe that they should, but they're not going to get that.
What's the difference between a man who has a strong relationship with his mom and a mama's boy?
I feel like mama's boys, like they depend on like their girlfriend or female or wife, whatever, to like give the same type of like love and care that the mom do. I feel like that's a mama's boy.
Why are you more likely to see a mama's boy and a daddy's girl as opposed to a mama's girl and a daddy's boy?
That is so much what the world paint the picture as. It's because the girls are more drawn to the dad to kind of get more guidance about things. It comes with the opposite sex thing. You're more drawn to that.
What does it mean to say a woman has daddy issues, and is that a red flag?
Oh, yes, that's definitely a daddy issues, meaning that she has a problem with strong male figures in her life because they wasn't present.
Being abandoned, being left, your dad just not giving you too much attention, not being present in your life, not being there for you, not, showing you how a man should treat you if you're a woman or how to be a man if you're a guy.
When I say women have daddy issues, it really means that the dad just wasn't there and they really don't know how to operate and move in a sense. So they kind of just act rebellious.
When you bring a guy home to meet your family, are you more concerned with the approval of your mother or father, and why?
My father, because my father is a real man and can identify one.
My father.
Why?
Because I got a lot of respect for my dad. So it's like, even though we're not on good terms, it's like my dad is like the type of like, he's a good man. So I'm like, the way that he carries and like the way that he treats my mother is like how I kind of want to be treated.
I would say my mother. Because I think she's the most like me. And so I think if I'm with someone that she doesn't approve of, then it's really someone that I shouldn't approve of.
It's required. Like my daughter has to has to introduce me to her dates, but my son has never introduced me to his dates. Never. I don't even know who my son's dating.
Do you think it's the same or opposite for men, and why? When a man brings a woman home?
It's the same, because when a man brings a woman home, they're looking for their mother's approval because they have been more cuddled by their mom and more under their mom and looking at the values of what their mom presented to them.
Could be the same depending on how you were raised. I would say my brothers would probably feel the same way just because, again, it's like you want somebody that's kind of that represents the same things that your mom would stand for. And so I think if your mom doesn't approve, then that's a pretty good indicator that you're with the wrong person.
Do you think it's true that fathers keep their sons out of jail and their daughters off the pole?
Oh yeah, that was my whole goal, is making sure my daughter did not end up on that stripper pole, and my son wasn't doing life in prison for nothing.
If so, why are women typically the ones given custody when single fathers statistically have better outcomes than single mothers?
Because this is one of the parts of the system that's actually rigged against men in favor of women. I got a buddy going through some crazy stuff right now in California.
I think that is a fault in our court system that desperately needs to be fixed.
I don't know. I feel like that's just like a standard thing, like that just since the mother birthed the child, like the mother should keep the child. But I don't think that's like equally fair.
I think for a woman, I valued myself more because of my dad. My dad made me feel beautiful, and so I wasn't seeking that attention from other men by, like you said, a woman going on a pole. But for my sons, I think keeping them out of jail is both. It can be a mother or a father or both together. I think I definitely kept my boys from going to jail by telling them that things were not allowed in our home, regardless of whether dad was there or not. We didn't allow things like drugs or alcohol in our home. So
How can the same people be saying that men are feminized when raised by a single mom, at the same time they're saying that men are a certain way by nature? Which is it, nature or nurture?
I think it's nature. Because despite how you grew up or if you were raised with a bunch of women, I feel like you still gonna do like what a man is like destined to do.
It's nurture, and that's because boys raised without a father in the household don't know how to act like a true man, don't know how to raise a family, don't know how to be a father figure.
I think it's a combination of both. I think there's some things that are innate inside of you, and then there's some things that you just get socialized into, part of your culture.
If men are naturally masculine, why would it matter if you were raised by a single mom or not?
Nah, I don't think some men are naturally masculine. Not in today's society, some of the things that I've been seeing.
Men are not naturally masculine. Men are raised to be masculine.
I will say my sons, I appreciate that they do have some understanding of femininity, and that's mainly because they value me. But I also think that it's important they're in touch with that side of themselves, because it will cause them to treat a woman how they would treat me. If they aren't aware of that, then they're hyper masculine. I think that they wouldn't be as sensitive to a woman's needs emotionally.
Why do people think a single mom will raise boys to act feminine, but raise girls to act masculine?
Because that's the new fad that's in right now. That's the new fad. You see it all on TV, the feminization of men and the masculinization of women. You see it all on TV.
But why would moms be any more likely to create that dynamic than fathers?
Man, that's a great question. That I don't know. That's a great question.